For those who
Fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your
What's up, guys? How you doing? Anyways, we are here on what is it? It's Wednesday, so we're going to talk about Thursday stuff. If you think that I'm a little bit green, it's because my green screen in the back. I was trying to make like all the other stuff go away, but looks like I'm very, very close to the color green. Anyway, I'll figure that stuff out soon too. All right. Anyways, let's get started. We got Saturday coming up. Saturday is our first day. All right, our first day of actually doing live action. I mean, like since the pandemic started, basically. I mean, I did a whole bunch of private sessions and like group sessions outside during the pandemic, but it's been a long time. And then this whole like intro period since I've been here in Colorado since March. That's been forever, it seemed like. But now we're finally gonna start getting on like regular things again. Connor isn't here. I don't think Connor is here today. I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe he's like playing basketball right now. I have no idea. But I will always do this show, and I just alerted our current number of members. I think we have about like 12 right now of the show, and we will be trying to get more members throughout, just so we have enough to do games by September. But again, it's a slow roll, and it's just how it always is, man. All right, where you at, Connor? I don't know where he's at. Anyways, well, let's start out with. I think I have trivia coming up here in a second, so if he misses trivia, just misses trivia for the day. We do have rosters coming up here soon where I'm going to actually build the rosters, and I'm going to deconstruct the past rosters. Man, I am really turning colors here. But that stuff won't happen until later on this week. And we might also start out with the quote of the day. All right, the quote of the day is, don't sweat the small stuff. All right. Oh, man, I can't tell you how many times in my life that I've forgotten about this. All right, and afterwards, I always regret it. Always regret it. It's just like these small moments in our lives where we're fighting with someone that we love or someone that we don't love, whatever, right? But afterwards, like usually, like immediately afterwards, you realize that the thing that you were fighting over was like the smallest thing in the world. All right, my first time really noticing it was college, and my roommate. It's like my first time ever having a roommate. I didn't have like my brothers and sisters growing up, so it was just like me and my mom. And this dude was using my dental floss, man, every freaking day. And he would use like so much of it, like this like long thing. He'd be like that, and I'm like, dude, that's mine, right? And I was like so annoyed, right? And like, dude, I hated him for it. But the funny thing is, I never used dental floss. All right, it was just stupid. All right, and so like when you sweat the small stuff, man, like you lose sight of the bigger picture. All right, because think about how like you might want to like look at the details of something, and there's a famous like little like metaphor or analogy or whatever of an elephant, and 5 blind people describe an elephant, and they get so close to it that they're like, oh yeah, an elephant is like and they feel on its leg, and they're like, it's like a tree. The other one's like, oh no, it's like a snake, and he's feeling like its nose. The other one's like, like it's feeling like it's like tusk, and they're like, no, it's like this, whatever, right? When you focus on the details, you miss the bigger picture. And while that's good sometimes to focus on the details, like with your moves and stuff like that, or with the everyday process, it's not always good, and especially in this regard, because if you sweat the small stuff, that means that you're arguing over one simple play. And let's say that your team's trying to get back on defense, but you're busy arguing to the referee. All right. Not only did you mess up the play on this side, whether the ref messed it up or not, your man scored or whatever, or you didn't score. Now you're allowing them to score on the opposite end. All right. So it's like you doubled up the mistake rather than just get back and figure it out then, right? So stop sweating the small stuff. I'm gonna tell your dentist, oh no, I totally floss now. I use a water floss. I use the teeth picker things, brush my teeth. I do everything, dude. I'm like obsessed with it. All right. Anyway, so don't sweat the small stuff. Be bigger than that. Moving on, we got our elementary school workout. We got 2-on-1 break, flares, baseline out of bounds defense, 5-second count extension, 49 seconds down by 3, and 5-on-5 oldest versus youngest. There goes Connor Rush for you. Oh, just in time, Connor. We are about to get away with our trivia. All right, but so the 2-on-1 break. This is 2-on-1 continuously from half court, and if we went over it real quick, we got. Again, I talk about this one a lot because I think it's a crucial one. Let me actually bring it up here. Jeez Louise. It's the second day in a row that's messed up. Let's go with a power live stream. There we go. All right. So here they go right here. And this guy right here will be on defense, okay? We'll put these guys on the sideline. It can be anyone on the sideline. All right. And here's the ball. And what's happening in this play, all right, not in this play, but in this drill, all right, is that these people at half court, this is the straight line, they're going to swing the ball, all right, and then these two guys are going to come in on a fast break, All right, make sure that you're going in simultaneously so that this guy has to help out one way or the other. Now, what you want to do, your goal for our defense right here is to make them pass more than one time. All right, right here, if you just let them score, that's not good. If you come way over here and then they pass to right here and they score, that's not good. But if you can come back to this side and make them pass one more time, you've won. So offensively, you don't want to do that. All right, and how you can stop from doing that is 1, to sprint. All right, 2, to pass the ball ahead of the person. First of all, you want to go in to dunk. You want to go in to just score. That's all that you're thinking about is to score right now. All right? And if he doesn't come over, you score. You go all the way to the basket and score a layup, not a jump shot. As he comes over, boom, you're going to pass the ball not to him, but ahead of him. Right there. And when you want to make this angle, if the ball is in your right hand and you pass it like that, this guy can get his hand on it. And you don't want to do that. You're going to put the ball to your left-hand side and make a bounce pass with your left hand. If that's too hard, practice. All right? And so you can catch and shoot a layup.
I'm reminding you.
We got trivia time coming up. After he shoots the ball, whoever shoots the ball, that person will be running back to defense. All right? These two guys will get the ball, outlet to the side, fill in those spots, and then they will swing the ball, and then these two guys right here will go again. All right? And they will repeat it as these guys filter into right here, All right? So that's the drill, but you have to make sure that you go as fast as you can, pass the ball with the correct hand, and go in bravely and soundly and make good passes. And on defense, you go back and forth. You make them make multiple passes so that you can buy time for your defense to come down, and then basically you win at this drill. All right? And this drill happens in games a lot. If you make it happen in games a lot and you push the ball right down the defender's throat, now you don't have to be patient because you're being the aggressive team. And if you can hold them up on this play to make them pass multiple times, you just saved yourself many points on the other end. All right? I am sorry, I'm very sick. I got second COVID shot. Oh, you did? I think I get my second COVID shot on like the 18th. That sucks. Got it like 3 months ago. You're way ahead of us, Finn. All right, we'll go with our trivia question for the day. Now, oh man, for the trivia question, I just watched, even though I was like pretty busy, I was trying to make this movie. I'm doing the basketball part right now, which is so hard because I have to watch like 5 hours of game film to do Connor's movie. But I did it. Or no, I'm doing it. Sorry. But I took some time off this morning right when I woke up around 8 o'clock, and I watched the Malice at the Palace on Netflix with Ron Artest and all those guys. And it was pretty cool. I mean, I knew a lot of those stories, but to hear them talk about it was very interesting. All right. And I asked you guys a question from that yesterday with the whole who got suspended the most. And Ben Wallace got suspended one of the least, even though he started it, right? All right. Well, some things that I took from it are these things. And again, you guys can watch it on your own. I think it's for all ages. I'm not really sure. Who knows? All right. But there was the cup guy. The guy that threw the cup, he wasn't at fault. Not really. I mean, he was, but he was like drunk and like it was a blowout. They came down closer to the court, all this other stuff. But it was funny because the surveillance camera footage couldn't really capture him. And then the prosecutor guy who was like looking at all the footage, he was like, wait, I know that guy. And I guess that guy dated the prosecutor's sister before. and he has such a bad opinion of him. He goes, everyone had a reason to do what they did except for that guy, and he was just like on him. It was funny. And then the second one is Ben Wallace. He did kind of snap, but his brother had just died. I mean, that's kind of like a weird situation to be in, right? Another one was Ron Artest. He was going through therapy at the time, which explains his cool behavior at first when Ben Wallace pushed him. And Ben Wallace said that it looked like he was taunting him by laying on the bench. But what Ron Artest said, he was trying to put himself in the therapist chair, and he was trying to breathe and trying to count to 5, which is very, very interesting. When I just realized you picked yesterday's question because of the documentary, of course. And then another guy who got punched by Jermaine O'Neal. Because he came on the court with his fist balled up. That was crazy. The judge later said, yes, Jermaine O'Neal had every right to defend himself, which is why the NBA reduced his suspension. And he came at him. It was weird. But then the guy's like, yeah, Jermaine came at me out of nowhere and sucker punched me. It was like, nah, dude, you kind of deserve that. But it was crazy. Then there was the security. There's only like 3 cops for 20,000 people. That was crazy. And they started like rushing people there. There was the GM. He's the one that put together Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, and Jermaine O'Neal apparently is like from like the hood too. It's like crazy. So much so that Ron Artest is intimidated by Jermaine O'Neal. I've never heard him speak like that about anyone except for Kobe Bryant. But to Jermaine O'Neal, he was like, I'm scared that he might beat me up. And it was so weird because he's a very honest guy. And then it also brought up mental health. At the beginning of the season, Ron Artest, after basically losing the previous season for them with the flagrant foul at the end of the playoffs, he requested some time off to do his music and just to take time off. And they said no. And all these athletes today taking time off, like Simone Biles, like there was a new guy right now too. I forgot who he was. But anyways, they're requesting to take time off, like Kyrie. Maybe they know themselves, and maybe there is a place for that. Because like, I mean, if I'm standing next to like, let's say like a kid or like an older woman or just anyone, and they're and they're struggling trying to like reach something high, I'm tall. I can reach for them. Or to carry something heavy, I'm strong. I can carry for them. All right? We all have our different strengths and our different weaknesses. And if someone's mental health tells them that they can't really like handle that kind of stuff, I think we should respect that, because we wouldn't trust an old lady to carry like a 500-pound like bag of like something. Can't even think of something that weighs 500 pound of rice. All right. Anyways, so there was that. But anyways, with all that said, the trivia question was the most interesting thing that I got from the documentary. Is there was a guard on the Indiana Pacers. Right before it happened, Ron Artest, he got fouled by Ben Wallace and no one called it. And with 45 seconds left, the game was no longer in doubt. This guard turns to Ron Artest and says, hey, go get your foul. And then Ron Artest fouled the crap out of Ben Wallace, which started the whole thing. So this guard, before they threw the thing, he's at fault. What is his name? What is that guard's name? You can look it up on Google, whatever you have to do. What is that point guard's name that said that to Ron Artest? Go get your foul. Nope, he was a guard, a point guard. No one's ever mentioned him in these things, and it turns out he's absolutely at fault, because who does that to a dog like Ron Artest, who he knows he'll go off? Go get your foul. That basically started everything. Because one, the starter should have been out. Next, they should have been like not fouling at that instance, which is all like okay. But then Ben Wallace overreacted. Eddie Gill, nope, not Eddie Gill. Come on, what guard? I won't give you any hints because there are rosters online. Just look them up. Let me know. Anthony Johnson, not Anthony Johnson. Man. There was also Reggie Miller was on that team, and that was one of his last seasons. He really wanted to win a championship. That was his first chance, his biggest chance. Yes, it's Jamal Tinsley is his name. Jamal Tinsley is his name, and that's 3 points now for our guy Finn Kaufman. You were second. But yes, it's Jamal Tinsley is his name. All right, so congratulations on that kind of rush. You're still naming people, even though you got it right. You're still naming people. Nah, you got it right. Moving on. I'm sorry. Back to the elementary school drills real quick. We got our flare cuts. That could be from the wing or from the corner or from the block. Sorry. When you do a flare cut, you fake in for like a curl or just a slash if you're on top, and then you loop back around. You can watch that real quick for a flare cut. We have the point guard right here passing the ball, anybody guarding him like this. He'll dribble out, and as this guy on his team, we'll call it the shooting guard, comes up, he has a person guarding him. He comes up like this. This guy follows him, and then we have a person screening on the backside, like that. And then this would be a flare cut. And what you want to do is go down deep enough so you can come off shoulder to shoulder. And you want to be going away, because this guy, you want this guy to hit the screen. If he cheats it, you can always come this way or something like that. But you want him to hit the screen, and then you want to go back far enough so that when they throw this pass, it goes straight to you, rather than go too flat right here. And now the pass has to go through all these people. All right. So when you flare in, you go in, then out, and then you step into your 3-point shot. If you flare it down here, you're gonna flare down here. If this guy goes on the top of the screen, you're gonna fake, and then you're gonna flare cut like this. All right. And normally you would do that if the guy's right on top. All right. So those are the two flare cuts. All right. To finish that one up, we got baseline out of bounds defense. Make sure that you guard on the inside. All right. Make sure that the person who's guarding the ball that is taken out of bounds, make sure that person is underneath the basket. All right. This is the last one that I'll show you. All right. So if you're right here, and we have the ball being taken out of bounds like this, and they are in a box set, let's say, all right, you want the guy who's guarding the point guard to stand underneath the basket. All right. And everyone else will be looking at as many screens as they can. All right. You want to see as many screens as you can. So you would be playing on the outside. Now, normally this would be bad. You would want to play on the inside, right? But you wouldn't be able to see this back screen or even this screen. So you want to play on the outside of it. And if he does go straight right here, this guy is guarding all of that. All right. Now, you don't just let him go. You stand on the side of him. So if he starts to go, you go with him. All right. But you want to see as many screens as you possibly can. All right, but it's all predicated on this guy playing good defense like that, all right, to protect the basket. All right, and then once they do throw the ball in, this guy instantly gets back to his man, because you don't want them doing something like screening in for you for a 3-pointer right there. All right, so be careful on that stuff. All right, to finish that one up, we got 5-second count extension. For 5-second count extension is if you have the ball in your hands, you do not have a 5-second count. That is dumb. All right, you have a lot of second count. You have 4 seconds, then just start dribbling the ball. Then you get 4 more seconds. That makes 8. Then once you get to 4 more seconds, you pick it up. Then you have 4 more seconds. So you have 12 seconds to pass the ball. Take your time. You don't need to just sprint to the basket or throw the ball away. All right, take your time with it. And a big generator of being able to do something like this is when you catch the ball, do not start dribbling right away. All right, 49 seconds down by 3, baseline out of bounds. If you're down by 3 with 5 seconds to go, you do want to get a good screen, all right, to look for the shot. If you have the shot, definitely take it. All right, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. All right, you can penetrate and then kick because you have about 5 seconds left. If you have 3 seconds left, that's a different story. All right, so know what you're doing with the last seconds. 5-on-5, oldest versus youngest. This is a great chance for the older players to just squash the younger ones, for the younger players to step it up and to get a chance. Make the best of your chance. All right, and take all their playing time away from them, the older guys. All right, moving on, we got our homework. Let's see who's done it. Connor Rush, 8-9. What is today? Okay. Yes. So you are posting. Good job with that. 50 made interval shots. This is from yesterday, I believe. Yes. All right. So make sure that you guys are posting. It is the 11th. So we have no one posting recently. There goes Blake Bastani with day 22. So we got Blake Bastani made the only post of the day. Good job, Blake. All right. Moving on, we got our picture of the day, and this is Dennis Schroeder. All right. A lot of people are going to talk crap about him because he passed up $80-something million for the Lakers, and now he got $5 million. What he did was the same thing as many other players have done, but other players have succeeded. And what they did was they gambled on themselves. All right, guys, I don't care how bad this seems. Don't be afraid to gamble on yourself. All right. He took a gamble on himself. He thought he was worth more and then took a gamble on himself and thought I could play out the year. All right? They're dealing with the millions of dollars anyway. Who cares about that? But don't be afraid to gamble on yourself. This is why the fear of everyone being like this guy is the reason why people don't try hard. Why people won't join our program. Because they feel like if they like put in hours and hours and hours a day, they're going to like regret it in the end. Don't be afraid to gamble on yourself. It's okay. I mean, he's the Laker. He wasn't that great, so I'm glad he's gone. But at the same time, nah, he doesn't deserve all that crap because, yo, he took a chance. And, I mean, if he had won a championship, he's sky high right now, money-wise. So he gambled on himself, and if you're going to gamble on anything, gamble on yourself. Anyways, commercial break. Big cone, and we use it a lot. All right. Oh, the thing did mess up for today. It's all right, though. 3-man weave, 1-on-1 alley, 4-on-3 scramble. And then it's the same one as before. It's patience, 0, 50, 100. 0 to 3 seconds, down by 3. Down by 10, 3 minutes left. Don't forget, 0, 50, 100 is to take your time on offense. You get the ball. Do not pass the ball for an assist. Don't drive the ball to the basket. Do not shoot the ball. All right. The second time that you touch it, you can do all three of those things 50% of the time. The third time that you touch it, 100% of the time you can do those things, but you can break that rule 5 times. You can shoot the ball the first time or you can pass it the third one, whatever you want. You can break the rule 5 times. And if you go 3 for 5, you get 5 more. So if you go on a fast break, you can pull up for a 3. Sure, I don't care. All right. But if you go 0 for 3, stop it. 1 for 4, stop it. 2 for 5, stop. If you go 3 for 5, well, heck, you're on fire. So keep going. All right. So that's the general pace. Once you get used to that kind of pace, you rule the game. Then all your teammates feel like they're in on it. All the coaches feel like you're smart. All right, and your teammates trust you. I mean, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get recruited. All right, and it's just changing a huge tradition because high school basketball is so fast, and they just chuck up shots because they're so dumb. All right, so don't be like that. All right, moving on, we got the story of the day. I love this story, so watch this story. Please listen to it. The Chinese bamboo requires sunlight, water, fertile soil, and nourishment on a daily basis, or it dies. It doesn't grow 1 inch for the first 5 years, but then grows to 90 feet over the next 5 weeks. Skill development is similar in that it's instant gratification versus the long-term payoff. So have patience and be sure to feed it every day. So have patience, all right? That bamboo story, I think it's true. I think it's true with the giant bamboo. I actually had to look that one up. That seems so fake. But what it's doing during the first 5 years is it's growing its roots. And then 5 weeks later, it's like this small. Then in the next 5 weeks, it just shoots up. But your skill definitely feels like that, dude, because it feels like you're just going nowhere forever. And then all of a sudden, it just snaps, and you're just amazing because of all the work that you put in before. So it's like that, and be sure to feed that every single day, even though you're not seeing the results yet. Okay, guys? It's a very, very popular story that they tell. It's like businesses and stuff like that. But it's a great story. All right. Moving on, we got our reverse layups based on how to bounce for shots, loose balls, press break, walk through, 49 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then 5-on-5. All right. That's a lot of stuff, but let's go with loose balls, okay? Make sure that, John, has anyone completed the Tabata workout? What is the Tabata workout? We tried that. It was way too hard. We tried it basically because Ian Salmon, I was living with him during the pandemic, and he got pretty cocky, and he was like, yo, I want to do the hardest workout that you have. So we made up one in the morning, and he goes, what would I need to do to make the NBA? And I was like, it's a lot. I was like, I don't think that you should even try it. He goes, let's try it. So I was like, all right. So we tried it. That dude did that for 8 days. He gave up life. Like, he was our number one guy. I guess one of Finn's best friends. He was our number one guy, still is our number one guy attendance-wise. And he was down. he was ready to do it. And I was like, yo, this is a lot. And we did it, and he broke. Finn actually woke up the first 2 mornings and did it with him. The Tabata workout is tough. I could not think of anything more, but I was like, that's what he would need because he wasn't at a high level. And I didn't want to lie to him. I was like, to make the NBA, it would have to be something like this for you. Now, if he was Shaq, he wouldn't need that. He would need less. So everyone's different, and I was just being honest to him. So hopefully I didn't break him forever. I think he's playing basketball again. All right, but yeah, that was tough. So maybe if you try that, just dabble in it. Do it like once. I don't know. It's a tough one. But yes, the offer still does hold up. If you do that workout, you do get extra points if you film it. Let me see. So loose basketballs, make sure that you go for those. Make sure that you dive for those, and you be relentless when it comes to those as well. All right. Going back, we got. Let me think. Talked about that. I'm going to update the rosters soon. So on the website, you will see all of our new players. All right. Except for the all-time players, you'll still see that list as well. I'm putting together the jerseys sometime this week as well, so I can have those ready for you guys by Saturday morning. And we have adult league games starting up here on Sunday. So I don't know how those are going to go down, but the league is only 5 teams, so it's our competitive and rec team are in the same division. So I don't know how that's going to work, but yes, there is that. All right, and then lastly, we have the movie of the day. The movie of the day is since it's the 11th coming up. We have the movie of the day is the 11th grade, no, the 12th grade movie, since we're doing tomorrow. The 12th grade movie is Southpaw. All right, Southpaw means that you're left-handed, but in boxing. And it's with this dude right here. And we talked about it the other day, but yeah, it's a very, very gritty movie. Okay, if you're old enough to watch it, I would recommend it. It was interesting. All right, there was like a shooting that happened, things like that. But his grit and like emotionality right here, all right, it was a huge piece in the movie. And for me, that kind of stuff inspired me, which is why we have you guys watch these movies. It's for constant inspiration. And if you watch just like one a month, that would be cool. Look at that. All right. So yes. So that's a great movie. It's a cool movie. All right. Finishing up here, we have our quote of the day. Is again, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay. So you'll have some setbacks. You'll have some like things against you. One thing that they said in that documentary as well. They said that Ron Artest was always snapping, and he was like, he's a very nice guy. Like I don't think Ron ever lies, right? He's one of those guys, and but you know he has like emotional issues and like psychiatric issues, right? That he's trying to work through. But at the same time, he's always like snapping at people. He goes like, and he's always like finishing up with like, "Why would he do that to me? Why would he do that to me?" And it was funny because the GM guy was like, "Yeah, Ron has an exaggerated sense of justice. He feels like everyone is out to get him in the world," and like, but he goes like that's just how he thinks. And when he came back into the locker room, the first question that he asked everyone was, do you think that we're gonna get in trouble? And everyone like looked at him and was like, dude, we may never play basketball again. So he doesn't quite get it when it comes down to like life like that. But so I have to just say for you guys to realize that you guys have your own strengths. All right. Has anyone completed the no? So you guys have your own strengths as well. So if you can see these people in life who do need some help them out. All right, whether it be like mental or physical or whatever, help each other out, and then we can all get there together. They can share their strengths with you, and you can share your strengths with them. All right, don't think badly about these people. All right, I mean, he's Kyrie. I mean, he's great, but he's gonna need some days off, right? And Michael Jordan is not like that, right? You're always ready to go. So understand yourself and understand how to get past it. That's all I can say. So don't sweat the small stuff. All right, you guys. Keep working out there. Hope that you get better. Connor Rush. Great job on the trivia today. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see what I have here for myself. Music going out. All right, peace, everybody.